Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. And let's see. Let me make sure that the camera is on. It's got to get turned off. Nope.
All right, we're seeing Drake Interplanetary. Seeing the website.
Yeah, can you not hear me though? Through the stream?
I can hear you on Discord. Let me meet you on Discord and then Drake Interplanetary. Seeing the website.
Okay, it looks like we are coming through on online. I'm curious why this guy's not working. I'm gonna try and restart the camera, I guess.
Sounds like you're coming through just fine, and maybe I'm a bit loud.
Okay. Someday I will get this all figured out. But it is apparently not this day. I just set this up, like, literally not that long ago. I was playing with this setting um, before I started the stream to make sure that I knew how it was going to work.
Right.
There we go. All right. That should be working now. Or will be once I turn it on in here. Hey, all right. There we go. Now it's working. So, got a new camera for the channel. You've probably seen me use a couple clips from it in videos lately, but now I have it set up so that it's going to be the webcam. So hopefully this is going to work all right. Um, I do have the old camera set up as a fallback, so if we do lose connection, I should be able to switch back to that. How's everybody doing? It's Drake Day, so that's pretty cool. And I figured we'd start off by taking a look at the website, see what they're talking about. Drake Defensecon is kind of a separate show attached to the Invictus launch week. They get ignored a lot by the bigwigs in the UEE military, so Drake does their own show after the main event. And they've got a lot of options to pick from. I know that I'm definitely going to be using the Corsair tonight. That's one of my favorite Drake ships that I don't currently have access to.
Yeah, the Corsair is a beautiful ship with a lot of firepower.
Oh, yeah. And they did just come out with the Drake Ironclad concept. So that's one of the first things that pops up on the web page. So really cool looking ship. We kind of looked at this quite well. I mean, not kind of. We definitely looked at this yesterday. Watched the video, but now this is more of the Q&A. So we've got lots of pretty pictures to look at. 10 dedicated thrusters, which, I mean, having 10 of them doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't really mean anything, right? Because your max speed is still going to be set by values in a table and adjustment curves that they set. So this is kind of just a marketing look. Like, it could be 2 main thrusters and still be just as effective. It's more a visual thing, right?
Yeah.
Um, Similar to the Caterpillar, does have a detachable command module, cargo access, 3 size 2 tractor beams, and I've seen 2 of the tractor beams on the gantries. I'm not sure where the third one is. Ground loading in the front, and 1 size 5 manual turret, 1 size 3 manual turret, and 2 size 3 remote turrets. I like the look of the Dauntless paint, but I don't think it really screams Drake to me. It kind of pushes it into more of a premium look, I think. And oh boy, we're getting full frontal with the Ironclad. Jeez. The ultimate combined arms platform, the Ironclad Assault effortlessly carries heavy vehicles and squads of infantry with daunting auxiliary turrets providing direct support at a full-service garage capable of refueling, rearming, and even fabricating new components for ground vehicles. And you have a truly self-sufficient beast capable of meeting anything or anybody standing in your way. And this one, it's basically the upgun version, so more turrets, and it has the segmented cargo hold for doing the repair in the back. And it is interesting, they don't talk about the cargo access, the retractable armored roof in the assault section. So I wonder if that's one way that they differentiate. That's a pretty big con if that is something that they take away. That's true. If you have 10 main thrusters, it's going to take a while before you get taken out. Go where eagles dare. Meet the ironclad.
Also more likely to be stable with just 9 thrusters.
True. Yeah.
Versus
Yeah, that is
the
a good point.
thrusters.
The
Thruster
Drake
ships
Cutlass
get,
is the king of instability once you lose an engine, so there is a good
yeah.
point there.
And the same thing happens to uh, the Mustang and the Vanguard and several other ships. But yeah, Cutlass is the king of that stability.
See, if you watch Salty's engineering gameplay to understand why that's a big deal with how CIG is forcing boarding gameplay through disabling. I must have missed that part. I've been watching a lot of Salty's videos, but I don't remember that section. But it does make sense. I mean, it especially with these larger ships, we should be moving more towards disabling, and that's something CIG's talked about. Um, so it is going to be harder to disable a ship with 10 engines than just 2 main thrusters. And it starts at $400 and $465 for the Ironclad Assault. So it's actually, I thought it was going to come in at like 500 to 600, so 400 almost seems like a steal. It's what is that, 20% lower than I thought it was going to be? And then as far as deals today. You've got all the cutter variants being sold, which is a great starter ship, I think. Dragonfly, Drake Herald, of course the Ironclad variants. And can you actually buy the Kraken, or is this one a hull limited option? Yeah, I don't think so. It probably sold out within seconds. CCU chained to the Assault Ironclad for $295. Nice. So Schlag, in typical fashion, has expanded his fleet empire one ship at a time during this event. As soon as I saw the announcement, I had a feeling that Schlag was going to want to pick that up. So it's just kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. But I'm happy for you, man. It's going to be really cool. Drake Vulture, that's a pretty cool ship. Starter salvage ship. The Buccaneer. A lot of people really like the Buccaneer. I'm not such a fan. It's really good right now, especially as it's been pushed into the Interceptor class. But what do you think, Vader?
Oh, the Buccaneer is a fun toy. I love the Buccaneer. I'm not good with it, and I can't find any like really good use for it, other than occasionally going out and smacking the heck out of 3 ships in bounty missions. But I do enjoy flying. It's just got so much firepower in such a tiny little package. And now that firepower doesn't run out in 2 seconds anymore. It takes more like 30 or a minute.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely appreciate that it does have a lot of firepower. I am very... I get pretty snobbish when it comes to the artwork. So Drake has some pretty cool designs, but the Buccaneer, I don't know. There's something about it that I just do not like it.
It is not sleek. It is not intended to be sleek. It is not beautiful. It doesn't mean to be beautiful. It means to be and nasty and tiny and just have a giant gun on a tiny little ship.
Yeah, it's definitely very utilitarian with its design.
Yeah.
I just wish it had a bit more refinement.
Sorry, I'm so loud. I'm not doing it on purpose.
No, it should be better now. I adjusted the audio levels.
Right.
I did a private stream for myself to make sure that audio was working correctly this time, but I still forgot to adjust the volume sliders. So at least all the audio inputs are working, but still got to remember to do that. Caterpillar, I think this is one of the first real big ships that was introduced into Star Citizen, and it really suffers as a result. I mean, we'll see it in the Defensecon, but it is a maze for how big it is. It seems like it's a massive ship, but it's actually deceptively small. But it's very easy to get lost in, is my feeling.
Yes, absolutely.
Corsair, beautiful ship, lots of forward firepower.
Yeah.
Cutlass Black is pretty much everyone's classic super starter. So this is a great option when you're trying to upgrade from your first ship. Cutlass Blue, it's a fun ship, but it's very circumstance dependent. So probably doesn't get as much use as the other variants. And the Cutlass Red just got a huge buff because now it, like every other bed, can act as a respawn point.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a pretty compelling option now for the average mercenary doing bunker missions. And we don't need to talk about the steel. It doesn't exist. And then we're back to the cutter variants. There was a couple videos I wanted to check out, things that I didn't watch before on stream. We've got the Ursa Medevac.
You're probably thinking I'm a goner. But the thing is,
Everybody's calling the
I've
nurse
died
up.
1,000 times. Because the regen has always been the strategy. Let's do this. One more time.
Log says the messaging here is bad. Those beds will require resources. Your character probably won't do well dying that much. True. But until then, it's a pretty powerful device, right? I get the feeling that it's very much, what's that movie called that has Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, where he keeps...
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow. I get a very Edge of Tomorrow type vibe from the commercial. It's kind of like, well, you can either get good or you can bring a Nursa. And until there's actually a resource cost, there's no downside. So it's pretty great.
Yeah, UEE will probably ban that commercial for encouraging people to abuse the regen system.
Yeah.
Responsible advertising.
Well, I think there's a funny possibility with insurance companies existing in the verse. You know, do you have like a premium plan that gives you like unlimited regens, or do you have deductibles? I mean, I'd hate to bring in some of the worst aspects of our society today into a game where I'm trying to escape, but I think it'd be kind of funny to see if they did anything like that with regen resources.
Yeah, right now, as of right now, the Star Citizen universe would be the worst possible universe to be a insurance provider of any sort. You have no way of making money, but you still have to pay out every time there's a claim. Can't deny any claims.
You're guaranteed to get claims. There's not nearly enough customers to pay premiums and not die to make it profitable. Sarah says, reminds me of the Cyberpunk 2077 medics. You know, I'll be honest, I have not played Cyberpunk 2077. I've watched a couple playthroughs, but I haven't touched it myself. So I will
in this
take
thing,
your
there are these basically combat medics that give you premium medical will give their subscribers premium medical services, as well as military extraction should it be necessary.
Okay. All right. Yeah, makes sense. And then we've got the Aegis Saber Firebird commercial.
Yeah.
Commercial. We've got the Cutlass Steel, which they actually show being used in the verse, which is already kind of unrealistic. But it gets taken out by supposedly one volley of missiles from the Firebird. It's got what is it? Size 2s?
Size 3s. It has 12 size 3 missiles.
Well, and it just got bumped up to 24.
Oof.
Yeah, that was one of the points of feedback that they were paying attention to, is that it didn't seem like it was really that viable of an option. So let's see.
I think that's just because missiles are a little bit swingy right now.
Yeah.
They do a lot of missing right now.
Yeah, will have 24. Yeah, Urkel is still showing the 12, but next patch it should be bumped up to 24. So if it's launching 6 of these Thunderbolt 3s. Let's see. Let's do some quick napkin math. 39,316 times 6, assuming that you get all hits. That takes you up to 235,000 hit points. Can that actually take out a Drake Cutlass Steel?
I feel like that might be able to take out a Cutlass Steel.
Yeah, totally should. I saw someone arguing that it couldn't, which I thought was curious. But assuming that they all hit, it's only got 108 HP points, or 108,000 HP points, so it should be capable of taking it out.
Yeah. If they were maybe if they were size 2s, I don't know.
And if they bump it up to 24, then you can at least take out, let's see, 24 divided by 6, that's going to be 4 volleys, assuming that you launch all 6 each time. So that's potentially 4 Cutlass-ish size ships that you can take out.
Plus, it's got guns.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, the main event is the missiles, right?
Yeah, even if the missiles can just take it to red, your guns will finish it off. No problem.
Yeah. 2 missiles takes out my Scorpius. Holy cow. That's not very nice.
Size 3 missiles are no joke.
Huh. All right. Well, I stand corrected a little bit there then. The other unrealistic part about this commercial, though, is this guy is just chilling out in the middle of space. It seems to me that this ship would be the kind that you have as part of a larger battle group. And so you would probably be deploying it from a larger ship. I don't see it being a very likely scenario that you're just out and about in this thing all the time. But it's a video. It's not a big deal.
It's not the Vanguard. It doesn't have the long range capability of even the Avenger has a lot more long range capability than the Saber. Yeah. It's kind of like a Hornet. It's got to be close to something to refuel.
Exactly, right? So, I mean, it's a video, it's a commercial, it's whatever, right? But at the same time, it's that's not how we'd be using it.
Aegis is allowed to advertise it that way.
I suppose it's kind of like when Mercedes advertises the G-Wagon and they show it doing all this off-road stuff. Like, no one's taking a G-Wagon mudding.
No, but it's meant for people who like the idea of going mudding.
Yeah.
And never actually want to do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
They like the idea of being able to go mudding if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Which they don't.
And it's kind of funny because the G-Wagon is actually a pretty competent off-roading vehicle. You know, it's one of the only vehicles that can do a 100% grade. But it's also so absurdly expensive that no one's going to try.
Yeah.
There's I watch his channel all the time. Engineering Explained, he did a video talking about it, and he talks about the physics involved and how you make a vehicle capable of doing that. It's pretty interesting. A lot of it comes down to having a really high frictional coefficient in your tires, but then also having the braking and acceleration to be able to pull it off. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you're on right now, I just shot you guys a invite to party. I'll be spawning back at Arc L1, so I can make a quick trip over to the expo.
Pointing your the Saber is pretty tough, and they buffed the HP. It was always, I thought it was tough enough, and then they buffed its HP. It's a nice little fighter.
Has the Raven been different than the other sabers?
I don't know much about the Raven. I know that it's got fewer guns than the basic saber, and it's supposed to have a much lower signature. It's got two of the size 4 guns instead of 4 of them. And it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous ship. Saber Raven is.
Yeah, so Urkel has shown that the Raven, Firebird, and the Classic Saber are all at 23,000. So assuming that number's accurate, which there's a bit of room that it's not, because it all depends on how up to date the Urkel database is. But yeah, I always thought in my head it always seemed that the Raven was weaker on the HP front as well, by virtue of it being a more dedicated stealth fighter. But seems like that's not the case.
I bet it comes with weaker shields.
Oh yeah, that's another point.
Shields. Stealth shields are probably weaker than military shields.
Yeah, so the Saber has 2 size 1s. Firebird has 2 size 1s as well.
Yeah, but like the specific shield.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too. Like they all come equipped stock according to Urkel with size 1 shimmers at 1500 HP.
They all have shimmers?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's 2 size 1s across the board, and then they're all shimmers. Because like the Saber is supposed to be a stealth fighter also, but it's more a gun focus instead of e-warfare.
Right. Is it an e-war ship or like a stealthy stealth ship?
I guess
it was just extra stealthy. And wouldn't an e-war ship, I would think that would be anti-stealthy. It would be opposite of stealthy.
Well, it has the EMPs though.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, stealth fighter with EMPs.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like I've got a infinite loading bug, so I'm going to kill the process. And we're going into troubleshooting mode. When this happened to me before, the way that I fixed it was just pop it into Arena Commander for a brief minute. So I'm going to give that a shot. And I really like the look of the entire Saber family.
Yeah, they're sleek.
I wish I had given the Firebird more of a chance when I had the chance to rent it. But the 2 size 3s just seems like it's still very very limited.
Yeah, it's got 2 ballistic guns, and it's got just scads of size 3 missiles. So if you don't like missiles, you won't like it.
Yeah, it's the same deal with the Talon and the Talon Strike, right? So you
right,
have the Raven, which is the gun version, and the Firebird, which is the missile version.
The basic one is the gun version.
Well, just like looking at those 2 options.
Raven and the Firebird have about the same guns.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh wait, shoot, that's not the mode I wanted. Well, you know what? I don't want to bail on these guys, so let's do a round of Arena Commander. Which I actually haven't done any team modes on this before. Even before the big FPS rebalancing. I got a kill. I'm such a good gamer, guys. How do I tell if this guy's on my team?
See, the ones that are not on your team are shooting you.
Usually, right? But is there any kind of marker? Because the guy that I did kill, it's not like he had an arrow over his head.
I don't know.
I'm Team UEE, I assume. So
I guess you have
if
to
they're
look at the
wearing
style of the armor.
green,
No.
for these kinds of modes, they could just add banners over the top, couldn't they?
I feel like that would work.
I mean, it's not the most realistic thing, but it's also an arena shooter.
Right in the color palette.
Okay, that one was a bad guy, but I got him. I got the kill, Mark. Okay. I think there's someone, like, floating around. Because that seems to be where I got shot from before.
Easy anti-cheat is giving me an error. I had to close out of the process because I had the same infinite loading glitch. So I'm going to be disconnecting for a bit.
Okay.
So you get this figured out. Good luck.
Thank you. Oh, I almost had that. Star Marine, oh my, yes, we're playing Star Marine. I jumped into it accidentally because I was getting the infinite loading screen. But I'm not doing too terrible. I think I'm KDR 1. Okay, why can't I go up those steps? Ah! Star Citizen be Star Citizening. Oh, there we go. Assist there at least. Lance had to drop out for a second. He was getting a similar infinite loading screen. The easy anti-cheat was giving him grief. So he will be back shortly. Okay, that Demico is pretty mean. I should also be burst firing a lot more and focusing on headshots. Keep spawning me back here. Oh my gosh, booped me. I helped. Yeah, there we go. I got you, muscle man. That was a teammate. Glad I didn't hit him. Green, not tan, so don't shoot him. Where is this guy? Got him. Running out of ammo. That guy, he was just floating around in the sky up there. Oh. Okay, you see that shenanigan going on? How do you get up there? I want to take that guy out. Oh man, he totally scared me. You gotta be kidding me. There's a guy way out there. That's ridiculous. Okay, I guess just don't go outside, because you're just gonna get beamed by the sniper.
Match over. Marines win.
Wait. How did we win? We had 899. Okay, 6-7. That's not terrible for a first match. Crap. No, dang it. They're too fast with the interlude thing. Like you have to have like lightning fast reflexes to get the cancellation. Let's see. I need to jump into free flight for all of 5 seconds so that I can reset my player in the verse.
Knowledge Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. Systems check. Shields damaged.
Alright. That should be all I need. That should, fingers crossed, fix my character in the verse. Let's find out. Okay. I think it worked. Usually when you have the infinite load screen, the loading thing across the bottom is a constant rate, which I learned the other day. I think that's called a throbber. It's going to work, guys. It's just taking a minute, but it'll work. In the meantime, what do you guys think about the new camera angle? This is with the Sony ZV-E10. So it's supposed to be a nicer camera. It's 4K capable. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, being that I'm just a small box here on the screen. But at least in the stuff that I film outside of Star Citizen, I've noticed it makes a pretty big difference in quality. But what does it look like to you guys on stream right now? Come on. You can do it, Star Citizen. Okay, I'm going to do seeing you better because you aren't that far away from the microphone anymore. You'd like to see me closer, you say? How's this for you? Star Citizen 3.23 infinite loading screen. It's not happy. Okay, let's close that. Close you. Exit entirely. And try and go back. I mean, we could just play Star Marine for 3 hours, right? But I really wanted to check out the Defensecon. The Corsair's up for rent right now. It's one of the coolest ships. I'm gonna keep trying to. Okay, never mind. Let the menu load first. Then I I'm going to do a little more reading about how to fix this. See if there's any other issues I can try. Or any other fixes. I mean, there's a lot of loading screen fixes from 3-4 years ago, but what about today? Oh, never mind. We're here. We good. Okay, and this time I'm all kitted up from last time, which if you weren't here last time, for any viewers who may be coming to this after the fact, man, we had a epic finale. Was trying to do one of those 30k evict illegal occupants missions. One guy stuck in a rock, couldn't get to him. Nade's not working. So we blew up a Carrack and used that as our weapon of mass destruction, and it worked amazingly. It was beautiful.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
And let's see, I literally just need something to get me there. I'll take the Eclipse. I actually own this in game.
Your vehicle
bought
has
it
been
with
delivered to the
AUEC.
following location.
Not real money. But this is a ship you don't see as often. It's really cool though. It's one of my favorite aesthetics. Oh, sure. If you want to do the C1, let's take your C1.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Oh, the dart! Thank it. Thank you. I think my favorite thing about the C1, and this is a very minor thing, is the lights that it projects for the safety area. No impact on performance or anything like that, but it's just such a good detail. I guess the body has hit the floor, right?
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking.
It's got the bright yellow skin for this. There was a little conversation going on in our Discord the other day, and I think Sora was actually a part of it, where we were looking at scale of things in Star Citizen relative to their real-world counterparts. And C1 is about as big as a 747, but has nowhere near the same passenger capacity. So it's kind of interesting how scale is very relative depending on the medium. Like in a video game, you have to give lots of extra space that your characters can run around and frolic without clipping into everything. Whereas a real life airliner is trying to pack as much meat into that tube as possible. And so you don't even get personal space anymore.
Weapons on.
Banana C1, for sure. I think the singular detail that I'm not a fan of with the C1 is the fact that the VTOL thrusters are pointing out towards the side when they are in the retracted position like they are now. I feel like it would make a lot more sense if they rotated towards the back. I know that that would make it a bit more complex, but they're just sitting there doing nothing right now. But in just about every other respect, you can't really complain about the Crusader Industries aesthetic. It's a very nice brand of ships. I'll be honest, I have not spent a lot of time looking at the E1. Crusader E1.
Right, I'm back.
Welcome back, Vader. So we've got the full panoramic top. That's pretty nice. It'd be kind of interesting to see a Origin take on a luxury cruise liner. Well, cruise liner is the wrong word. On a luxury passenger transport. Because like we have the 890, and we have other transports that, or ships that could be used as a transport, but not like a airliner. The Genesis is MISC, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
That's been on the back burner for a while because they're just not really very interested in developing a ship that has no
gameplay.
No gameplay for it.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll probably flesh out passenger transport with some of the smaller ships we already have first, and then introduce more luxury options.
Yeah.
I don't see the landing lights. Must be too high.
That looks clear at least.
Yeah, we got some clouds, but it's not as bad as it could be. Oh, is that one of the landing lights up ahead? I feel you, Sarah. Area 18 has one of the more difficult spaceports to find. So now that we have this great weather tech, when do we get windshield wiper tech?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm getting some really bad smearing, presumably from DLSS, maybe? But it's not like in this rain.
All right, I am in order server. I'm already on.
It's behind us, bud. I saw the column of lights. Keep rotating.
Feel free to add me back to the group in a moment.
Yeah, straight ahead. All right, now that we're going in the right direction, I will do that. There you go. Play the GPWS test sounds for fun. All right, I might be having a moment, but what is GPWS?
Alert. Alert.
GPWS.
Alert.
Oh, enhanced ground proximity warning system. Is the door not opening? You can definitely tell there's a free fly going on.
Yeah. I'm not seeing a ton of C2 corpses from the dupers.
Yeah, not as many, right?
We just littered with them.
Let's see. If we requested a landing in Area 18 airspace, wouldn't an exit to menu bring us to Area 18? Like, does that still work?
Or not? Can you impound it?
Oh yeah, that's an option.
Lock an active flight bay for a minute.
Yeah, or get too close to one of the buildings. Or too low. Area 18 doesn't like you getting near where the traffic is.
Oh. Or I can open up a for you.
Okay, well, we're coming in for the second time now. It looks like maybe it opened this time.
Alert.
By calling or requesting another landing.
I think we're good. The hangar looks like it opened when we flew away and came back.
Okay, great.
All right, touchdown. with those Crusader looks. It's definitely a very nice ship.
Yeah, Crusader ships are very nice. They don't care to make it very easy to get to the pilot seat, but they are nice ships.
Yeah, if doors were a luxury, then Crusader would be better than Origin.
Yes.
How's it going?
Thank you for visiting ArcCorp, Stanton's capital of commerce. Whatever your transaction.
And the cool thing about the Defensecon is it's right off the main strip for the hangars.
Yep.
Super easy to get to.
Yeah. We've got little traveler terminals so you can rent any of the ships from any of the previous days, as well as the Drake ships.
Oh, okay. So I can try out the pilot.
Yep. I think I mentioned it earlier that you could when you said that, but
Oh, I might not have caught that part.
justify how that was the case. Yeah, didn't justify that. No, no, you can't. And that's how.
Yeah, that elevator did not actually take me to the Defensecon. Here we go. I don't know if Sarah made it into that elevator or not. Things are, of course, a little desyncy.
Yeah. Well, here we are at Defensecon.
Defensecon's a great opportunity.
Which, of course, the Cutlass is like a third of the floor.
Yeah.
Defending your freedom and moving the gears
All of its variants.
Empire.
And I just won't do the walkthrough. I'm sure a lot of people have already seen the inside of the Cutlass Black. It's a very industrial design. It reminds me a lot of the university buildings that you'll see on campus for the engineering section, because those buildings as well will have a lot of exposed piping and bones showing.
Really?
Yeah, like U of U,
For your family.
their engineering building, they had a bunch of multicolored coolant lines, water lines, electricity lines. They're all in like these brightly colored conduits, and they were like a feature instead of something that was trying to be covered. And UVU does the same thing. I guess it comes down to knowing your audience, right? All us engineering students are pretty big nerds when it comes to like heating and cooling systems.
Yeah, it makes sense that at least the mechanical engineers would want to see that.
Yeah. This is the Cutlass Steel, the Cutlass that everybody forgot about. It's got turrets that can be manned on both sides of these doors, and then it's supposed to be a dropship as well. But dropshipping is just not a very well thought out mechanic at the moment, so it's kind of a toss-up. Like, it's cool, but it's also absurdly expensive for what it is.
I think it's a lot more useful for NPCs than it is for PCs.
Some ship pops up on
Yeah.
your scanner and they don't look friendly. Sure.
Cutlass Red, which, as we mentioned before, got a huge power buff due to the fact that you can now use these beds as a respawn point. But it sacrifices almost all of its cargo to be a ambulance type ship.
Yeah, it's just got a little bit of cargo, which I imagine when medical supplies get implemented, all this cargo will just be medical supplies.
Yeah. And it also loses out on the turret, too. It's severely stripped down
But-
from a combat capability perspective, but I think it's a
Does
fair
get
trade.
flashing lights, though.
It does get the flashing lights. Not as cool as the
Flashing lights.
blue, though.
Moving the gears of this empire.
The blue's got
That's
the
true.
coolest flashing lights.
It's a searchlight. It's got a searchlight.
Oh, does it?
It does. The co-pilot can do a searchlight.
Oh, really? I don't think I've seen that, actually. And then this is the
Is it
blue.
useful?
Well, I think headlights in general ought to be more useful across the board. You should be able to see the obstacles before you hit them. So, I don't know. Searchlight sounds like it could be pretty nice.
Yeah.
And the blue
Yeah, we got these,
blue has quantum dampener and
Most
an
prisoner
EMP,
pods.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got it does have a dampener for the a QT dampener, and I believe it also has EMP capability.
I think so too.
And
And it
more
has the
prisoner
fanciest
pods
flashing
than-
lights.
oh yeah, it's got great flashing lights. No doubt about it.
What is this, 12 prisoner pods?
Yeah, it looks like.
Sure,
Which,
you could try to call
I mean, they're not
up-
useful yet, but cool.
Yeah.
You'll be blown up and picked clean long before they show up. Stock up with one of Drake's versatile combat-tested ships, and it'll be the
How do
outpost
you get...
that'll
Okay, there's some stairs over here. This is the Drake Caterpillar. Each of these modules is supposed to be detachable. That was the original brief. There was a Spectrum thread where it seems like they're kind of walking back on that a little bit. They specifically mentioned not wanting to see infinite length caterpillars and stubby pillars.
Okay, I can see. Oh, I can definitely see the infinite length caterpillar being.
Yeah, but the stubby pillar, it's like, why not?
Yeah. What's wrong with the stubby pillar?
I mean, you just strip off all the modules but one. Remember when this first came out, though? This lift was like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Alright, so to navigate the Drake Caterpillar kind of requires an associate's degree in ship navigation.
Yep.
You can get to the bridge 3 different ways. You can go across the engineering area. You can go up the ladder, as I just did. All of it's going to bring you eventually to the center hallway. And then this whole command module is supposed to be detachable. Let me out! There we go. So, very tight corridors here. But if we work our way towards the front, we can see the first of the cargo modules. And with the tractor beams, this got a recent update to add those to the Caterpillar. And out of all the options that there are, I think the Caterpillar has the very worst placement for it. Have you tried using the Caterpillar tractor beams, Vader?
I have not. I have heard about them, but I have not tried using them.
Yeah, it is a masterclass in patience for sure. Let's Let's see.
Is that it under the command module?
There's one opposite the command module, and I think you're right that there is one in the command module as well. Here is the living quarters for the crew. Got a little mini armory here. Let's see, let me get back to that central hallway. Okay, so this is where you access the tractor beam. And it's not operable at the moment, apparently, but it looks straight out this way along the broad side of the ship. And so you really do not have a good vantage point for loading boxes onto the cargo grid. I hope they revisit that in the future.
Looks like it's too low too.
Yeah, it's really difficult to use. I don't like it.
I remember there was a while where the Caterpillar was the largest cargo ship in the game that was flyable. And original OG Jump Down just had caterpillars upon caterpillars. Just
Oh yeah. Schlag says, love the Caterpillar for how uncaring and to the point it is. And they already relocated the tractor on the Cutlass Black. Did they? Let me run and take a look at that, because that also had a pretty terrible placement. Like, you couldn't even see into the cargo grid when you were loading stuff with the beam.
yeah.
Defensecon's a great opportunity to take a look at the real ships that are out there every day, defending your freedom
Others.
and moving the gears of this empire.
Corsair.
They moved it inside the bay. Okay. So it used to hang off the tail here. And, oh, okay. Yeah, now it's right here. That's much better.
Welcome to Defensecon. While we
Oh yeah, that could be a good spot for it.
Yeah, it used to be right here where that little white light is.
That while they're protecting our borders from Vandal and
That's a terrible spot for it.
Drake is continuing
Yeah.
to provide security
Not
alone
good.
with our
If it was there and then it came out like 20 feet on an arm,
cargo across the
that
force,
would be
or protect your homestead
Yeah,
from
yeah.
outlaw packs. Drake's
right there.
got your
No.
back.
And Drake Dragonfly, that was the first Gravlev too, wasn't it?
What was?
I think the Gravlevs in particular are pretty comically large, except for the Pulse. The Pulse being as small as it is, I feel like it's the only one that is a reasonable size. Everything else, your character looks puny on top.
Oh.
You've got the Buccaneer, which, as I mentioned, I'm not a huge fan of how it looks. It does do kind of a cool thing with the legs. The landing gear, they fold out to the side. So first they fold in, and then they go up. It's a cool animation.
Welcome to Defense.
We've got the cutter variants.
It literally just bolted a giant gun onto a teeny little ship and called it a light fighter.
Drake is continuing to provide security at home with our affordable and reliable line of ships. Whether you need to haul cargo across the verse or
Okay, so this is the bathroom. I don't think I've actually explored the cutter very much, actually. Oh, got a pooper. Got a shower, presumably. That looks like it could put out water.
Yeah, I think it's the shorelet.
And it's got the... This is kind of a European thing, isn't it? Where you have the two faucets, that one does cold and one does hot.
We call it a mixing basin.
Oh, is that what it is?
They haven't really been popular in the United States since the 20s, 30s.
Okay. And so is the idea that you just like fill up the sink and then wash your hands in the basin?
Yeah, you fill up the sink with the temperature of water that you want, and you use that to wash up. Then you unplug it when you're done.
Okay.
Mixing basin.
Yeah, I can see how they kind of lost popularity. That's not the greatest from a hygiene perspective. Like, just thinking about the procedure for doing a medical scrub, you want the constant flow of water to keep stuff coming off your hands, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great for places where you have to conserve water, though.
That makes sense, yeah.
Like on a ship.
And if I do ever get a large enough European audience that then points out that, well, you're in the U.S. and so you likely use toilet paper, I actually use a bidet. I upgraded my house. I do care about hygiene.
To take a look at the real ships that are out there every day, defending your freedom and moving the gears of this empire.
And bidet owners are a lot like vegans in that once you get one, you can't help but tell everybody you know that you have one and how great it is and how much it's changed your life. And that's definitely been me.
I've installed them for bidet owners, so I know. I'm aware.
Oh yeah? Do you have one yourself, Peter?
I don't. No.
There's still time for you to
I
convert.
might get one. They're all right. But if I get a bidet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an electrician out here first to give me a place to plug it in, and then get a heated AC.
Oh. See, I
I
got
don't
one
want cold water.
I mean, speaking from personal experience, you do get used to it. It's not such a big deal. But
Our water just gets so cold.
it can. My parents, though, they've got kind of a cool deal. They have a kind of like a booster water heater in the master bath, and so they have hot water on tap all the time anyways.
Oh.
So they didn't need any of the expensive options to have the luxury of warm water. I just hooked up their bidet for them, and it worked great.
Look at this! Somebody brought another ship into Defensecon.
Oh, sweet! That looks like a spirit variant, isn't it?
That's
is
too
beautiful.
big to be a spirit, isn't it?
It looks like it's a spirit.
Hey.
It is. It's got the sharp nose. I mean, it's not Hercules.
Like an A1? No, it's not an A2. It's too small for an A2. Yeah, I guess it could be like an A1.
So this is Drake Vulture, beginner salvage ship.
It's a pretty darn good salvage ship too.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of how salvage works, but it is a good ship for putting it in. And on salvage, it's like
It does it just fine.
almost too cathartic.
Yeah.
I need a little bit.
We've all been there. Some ship pops up on your scanner and they don't look friendly. Sure, you could try to call local law or the Navy. But who are you kidding?
Pass on the Corsair
You'll be
because I'm
blown
just
up
gonna
and
go
picked clean long before they
fly
show
it
up.
right now.
Stock up on one of Drake's versatile combat tested
Did you rent
ships,
one?
And it'll be the Outlaws that'll holler in for the war.
Okay. I already rented a bunch of ships, but go ahead.
Let's grab the Corsair. And make sure I get the fire.
Yeah.
You just save her Comet.
Maybe
Oh,
his
it's
first
like a very-
cutlass. Yeah, that's what the cutter feels like. Up Drake Corsair. Oh, they have the Fury and the Fury MX. Not the luxury one. Luxury race ship. I don't know. Yeah? Yeah?
Welcome to Defensecon. While we at Drake Interplanetary celebrate the brave men and women in the UEE Navy, I think we all know that while they're protecting our borders from Vandal incursions, Drake is continuing to provide security at home with our affordable and reliable line of ships. Whether you need to haul cargo across rivers,
The Drake interpretation of the Marvel helicarrier for Shield. That's what I think of
Yeah.
every time I see it.
that are out there every day, defending your freedom and moving the gears of this empire.
Yeah, the Caterpillar.
These are dangerous times. That's why Drake Interplanetary builds ships that provide function and power at a price that is affordable, but provide peace of mind
That's my
for
hi,
your
girl.
family.
Oh. Those doors are not very forgiving. They close very quickly. Oh, my frames are back.
Alright, yeah. See you later.
Thank you for visiting our
How's
corp.
it going?
Stanton's
Welcome,
capital
welcome
of
to the
commerce.
ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Okay, so I'm
We
gonna
wish you a
pull out
beneficial
the
and prosperous stay.
Corsair.
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us again.
Hangar
Hey there.
6.
It takes all of us working together to keep our corp safe and secure. Be vigilant and report possible threats every time.
Hey, suit up, right?
Yep. We're gonna get froggy.
Yeah. You can tell because it's got the Crusader symbol on it.
My computer is not happy with me at the moment. So, Corsair has two.
So when you're on stream,
Yeah, where's the button?
oh no. Need me to change your diaper? There we go. I'm getting okay frames. I don't know what's going on for you.
You are clear to launch.
Yeah, I love the Corsair because it's like you want the pilot to be able to blow stuff up. Oh yeah, and I guess the gunners can shoot stuff too. Want to? Here's some Badgers.
Deploy them.
Yeah.
Please visit again.
Oh, is it not tied to the gear anymore? What's the
guess not.
deploy button?
K, maybe?
What?
Is it K? Oh, that's just VTOL. Not you, not I. Maybe when we go to QT mode, it'll go automatically. Oh, left Alt and then K. But not in the chat we were watching. I hate where the side gunners are, Chip. Like, I can't shoot whatever you're shooting. I can only shoot stuff that's coming at us from the side. It's just that remote turret that can kind of shoot with.
Oh boy. And just like that, it's like my frames just jumped back up. Just had to get away.
Yeah. Five missile racks just under that one wing. It looks like size 3 missiles. 10 size 3 missiles? That's pretty good.
Maybe windows open. Close all these. Don't need that anymore.
You still want to do your missions in Hurston space. I don't think that it's Hurston rep that does that necessarily. I think it's just bounty hunter rep. Oh yeah, mercenary missions are still locked. It's secure, yeah, but person dynamic security.
Illegal missions that we can do there. Or unverified missions.
Oh. Unverified. Maybe another one of my Xenothreat surveillance missions?
With the Comare?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do one of those. Mr. Q is apparently real salty about master modes.
In general chat, yeah.
Yep.
I kind of like master modes. I mean, it's been difficult to get used to a lot of things, and I've made a lot of mistakes that I normally wouldn't have.
Yeah, I'm
silly.
finding it's a learning experience. But I do enjoy the combat a lot more.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 streams ago, I got blown out of the sky super fast because I was taking on something that I really had no business doing in my Scorpius. So there's been that learning curve, but it's also like, I mean, I shouldn't be going for those kinds of missions anyways, right? Like something a little more my size. I'll have evict illegal occupants.
On the top.
What?
On top, a remote turret.
I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, sharing a mission.
Captain.
Oh, that's cool. That quantum route took us by Everest, so you can see it like go across the side.
Nice.
That was a recent change, wasn't it? That they you can see the lower level of detail models more consistently in Quantum.
I think so.
For its size, the Corsair is fairly maneuverable. Like, it stacks up pretty well in size,
yeah.
Doesn't it?
I think it compares pretty well with it.
The reason why I never play with Schlag is because he said some mean things about me, and I have not been able to move past it. No, it's just, he is more than welcome to hop in whenever he wants. He's just got a busy schedule. I'm sure he could tell you more about it in chat if he wants to, but our schedules just haven't lined up. It's not like there's any beef there, or any other reason for it. So when you put the gear down, it does force the wings to come up, which I think makes sense.
Yeah, it can't land with the wings, with the wings out.
Okay. Decent landing. Here's hoping we can lose some water here. My character is thirsty.
Yeah, we all forgot to drink after the Defensecon.
So this is the other access point for the Corsair, as a sneaky little elevator, which is honestly one of the best elevators in the game because it goes all the way to the ground and to the top of the ship.
Okay.
This mission might have bugged out right from the start.
Yeah. I'm not seeing a counter.
Yeah. Let's see. Can you buy water here? Yeah, because I know there's some buy and sell terminals at these locations, but I don't know if water is one of the things that they have. Let's see. Oh, just RMC it looks like.
Hmm.
Okay. I guess back to the ship. Nothing here.
Portal bust.
Yeah. Do you have one of those Xenothreat missions available?
Ew.
If you want to queue that up, I can fly us there.
Yeah, right after I get the ramp or to the elevator.
There's on the other side.
Oh, other side. Can't walk under this.
Oh, it went without me. Okay. Alright, ramp it is. Oh, no, not the ramp. Okay, I was able to jump. We're good. Was I smart and... Okay, I did not bring water with me. Dang it. Okay. So to Everest Harbor first, then.
Alright, sharing the mission.
Okay, got it.
In space. Microtech. Let's see. Zulu just joined us.
Well, in Discord or
In the chat room, in Discord.
Oh. Welcome. Let's see. Have I seen that name before? Oh, it's Wills.
Oh, yeah. Wills.
It's the Duck Man.
I see.
He's
It's
back.
backward.
Yeah.
Well, it is Drake Dick, so course, the duck should get his due. You like that?
Yeah.
You like?
Okay. Plotting to Everest.
Help. Please proceed to assigned landing.
Well, I'm just a little focused, Wills. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't crash with all of us aboard. So I'm just a little quiet at the moment, that's all.
That's not needed.
I think my passengers would beg to differ.
I do appreciate the not crashing.
See? Vader's on my side.
He's lying. It would be funny. Everyone would get a good laugh from it.
Except me and everyone involved, who would then have to spend like 30 minutes re-kitting again.
Precedence's all about a game of patience, isn't it?
It is, but not intentionally.
Got it.
That's more a nature of the beast versus something that was an intended gameplay mechanic.
I love how fast the ramp opens up.
Yeah. Well, and if we were looking for a race of which is faster, the elevator or the ramp, that was pretty good evidence that it's about the same.
Yeah.
I think the next set of missions you have are the ones where at Security Korea. Well, you do the package deliveries, and then you have the mission at Security Outpost Korea.
Welcome
Cool.
to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval
And
System.
that one's pretty intense. That one's pretty cool. This is number 2 for you?
Of the
Comare missions?
but I don't think it counted the one that we did. I don't know why. Oh.
That last one did not count.
That's strange. What is the fraction for this one? Does that still say 1 of 3 then?
It still says 1 of 3.
Yeah.
Annoyingly,
I guess you need to make sure you survive then.
I guess.
Survival is key, I guess.
Not just in landings, but in life, in missions. There's a good life lesson there somewhere.
Nothing matters if you don't die, if you don't live. Unless you're Albert Einstein or something.
Because your legacy outlives you, is that what you're going for?
Yes.
I've given up on putting my trash into trash receptacles. I think the more entities we create, the faster CIG will have to implement entity culling through trash cans.
Yeah.
Why would they ever do that?
To the ASOP vehicle
They're too
retrieval
busy with-
system. Please visit us
We're
again.
too busy with other
To the
things.
ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Because finding ways to cull entities would help improvement across the board.
True.
Vehicles, your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Okay, Hangar 8.
Goodbye.
I assume you're taking your own ship, right, Vader?
Yeah, I'm going to be taking my own ship.
Yeah, so Sarah, you can join me in the Corsair, and then we'll have turret and the Corsair's main guns, plus firepower that Lance brings.
Okay. Do not forget my helmet.
You don't want to forget those.
I think we're gonna beat you there, Vader.
Possibly. Got a head start for sure. We'll see what the QT drive on a Harbinger versus a Corsair is like.
You are clear to launch.
I mean, I could wait for you to get into your ship.
Good.
Then we can do our little quantum drag race. Let's do that. So I'll just make sure that I'm pointed at the thing.
I should probably get out of that.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Did this patch add the new, like, optics? Like,
It did.
most recent one? Hmm.
Yeah, and I've been liking those a lot. Okay, so our quarry orbits Utopia, but I can't route directly to it, probably until we get into Microtech airspace. Yeah, I think the optics that it makes the biggest difference with are the longer range ones, because now you'll get much more of a dynamic look as the two lenses are aligning with each other. Are you here next to us, Vader?
Yeah. I don't know why it isn't calibrating. Or isn't. Okay. Well, I got pulled in.
All right. It worked.
I'm just looking at the price of games on the PlayStation Store. I just see so many that are like close to like $100. I'm like, why the hell?
Games are expensive now.
They have no right to be that expensive.
Well, did you see the latest pricing on, it was a Ubisoft game. What was it?
Aren't Ubisoft's like all, or like that one company that have basically all their games like, what, starting out at like, what, $75, then $100, then like a 125 pack,
Yeah.
150?
Yeah, I think they did Star Wars Outlaws recently too, and that one, I think it had an even more expensive one.
Like, I mean, all games should be at least $50 or less. Because I saw, like, what was it? Since I don't have consoles and such, other than the PS5, I don't know their names. The Switch games were like $50, and I was like, that's quite expensive already.
Yeah, so the Ultimate Edition of Star Wars Outlaws is $130. And the thing that really kills me there is it gives you access to the Jabba the Hutt mission. So they have this content already done. It should have just been included. But instead they're going to gatekeep it behind a higher price point.
Which is just idiotic.
Yeah. Oh, was I think it was Assassin's Creed Shadows that I was looking at that's super expensive too.
Well, I got like a premium version of Ghost Recon Breakpoints during like a sale. So I think it cost me like $75 when it should have costed like $125.
Yeah. Yeah, so Assassin's Creed Shadows, again, $130 for the actual game.
The thing is, they cost that much on a console that already costs like $300 and up.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to pay for a fourth of another console every time you buy a game. What's wrong with that?
Meanwhile, on Steam, like there's games that are what $10 and are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the indie market really is just killing it right now. I mean, you've got Helldivers 2. Isn't that one $30?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's just crushing the
something like
charts.
that.
I want to be able to play it, but I just can't because PlayStation's blocking me from playing it because it needs multiplayer to play it when you can play as single player.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have multiplayer unlocked on the PlayStation, so it's like, if you want to play this game, unlock like PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit of an echo. Where's that coming from?
I don't think it's from me. I think it may be from Vader.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe. Okay, I'll move my mic out away from my other sources of sound.
Thank you. Brain fart. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Helldivers. I also like how the developers, they came out and they took a really strong stance against a lot of the microtransaction practices that other developers are using. They just iterated, we believe in offering a complete product on release and making it worth their players, making it worth the players' time. And it's like, wow, say no more. Where can they spend more money?
Yeah. Like, it seems like a lot of the big companies now are just releasing a half-finished game and then patching it as time goes by.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's very ironic to be talking about that while playing Star Citizen. But at the same
Well, Star
time,
Citizen's like just a hobby game at this point.
yeah. And I
Like,
think the
the
big
game is really community funded too.
yeah. And I think the
All
other
right.
big caveat there is
Are you with me?
not yet. You are just a little bit faster than us. We just got into Microtech airspace.
Oh, okay.
But I think the other big advantage that Star Citizen has is they're not saying that this is a finished game. Like, it's still very clearly being worked on.
Yeah.
Right, and you can get entry for relatively cheap compared to what a lot of these other games.
Yeah. When you're buying a game from these AAA studios, you expect that it's going to work, that it's going to be a good experience, because you're paying that price, and they didn't say anything about how it's going to need more updates and all this stuff, you know?
Meanwhile, I honestly could care less about this $75 package just for the sealant, because it's just a beautiful ship. Meanwhile, most of the like entry to the game is like what can get like $35 during events.
Yeah, comparatively, I mean, talking about Ubisoft, right? Where the real version of the game is $100 or $130. Star Citizen is actually pretty reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Alright, we just blew past you, Vader.
Yeah.
There's some targets to take out.
Prospectors. Okay.
Interesting quarry. Yeah, the vehicle pricing is pretty expensive. Voodoo brings up a good point in chat. I think the big pain point for the vehicles, though, is right now there's not a good reason to have them.
Yeah. Because at this point, like, there's so many, like, resets, it's like, do you want to keep your favorite car or vehicle?
Yeah.
You want to keep using your daily drivers throughout 0.1 patches, or 0.00 or 0.01 patch, etc.
Yeah. Oh man, this thing is really giving me a hard time.
The Sabres?
This one's a Mustang Delta, but equally small, bitty ship to shoot at. Doing a pretty good job of evading my fire. There we go. Just need to get a couple shots on him. Sarah did most of the work there, pretty sure.
What honestly made me want to get into Star Citizen was, the sealant and also the takeoffs were such, like, actually visually pleasing.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to beat the experience of interacting with your ships.
And I also loved the hangars opening animations.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
Ah! This is the first time I've had those Mustangs actually shoot their rockets at me when they're computer controlled.
Okay. I think we got the one more guy over here that Vader's near. Then I think we're clear to engage the satellite. Oh, there's a lot more guys over here. Holy cow.
Yeah, we got a fight. I'm in the middle of a furball.
Well, we can take some of that attention off of you.
I did not get the downhill. Sad.
There we go.
All right. Cool. I think what might have happened is maybe there was a bounty that spawned near this sat link. And so we had that in the airspace as well. Because that seemed like a lot of ships.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's still another saber over here. Did he hit you?
Almost. Came very close.
Okay. I just saw his marker disappear and yours was still there, and it's like,
String them out for you.
and he's gone.
Okay.
Alright, you should be good to proceed, Vader.
It looks like there is a tech mission for a repair tech. I'm going to accept that. I'm going to share it right now.
Okay.
For this.
Double dip, bro.
I'm alright. Yeah. My hope is that we can both get paid twice.
Yeah.
And also that by completing both, it will both register as complete. Like if one of them's not completed and the other one is. That's what happened last time.
Right. One of the best things I've 3D printed is this back scratcher. I use it all the time.
No, I spun out. Oh, that's a race ender.
What game you playing, Wills?
Gran Turismo 5.
Is that the newest one?
I don't know.
I'm on PC and Xbox, so I do Horizons and Forza.
I don't do much racing games. It's just like this is if I'm too bored with other gacha games and such, and I don't want to get mad, and at my poor luck, it's like might as well just try and get my race my driving skills better.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't play this in the morning and then go and drive to school. It's a problem.
Okay, are you
Nice.
guys
Especially-
right outside?
Sorry, what'd you say, Bader?
They said,
Are you guys right outside?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Let's see. Act link.
Okay.
Neutralize vanguards.
For some reason, it's showing your marker 43 gigameters away.
The time on my tablet.
Okay, there's a mantis here. So we'll take that out first. Easy. And got a saber. Haven't seen any vanguards yet.
Oh, I think my vanguard just blew up.
Uh-oh. Does that mean
I was
you're
not in
stranded?
Now,
Oh, good.
Oh my god, I got a gotcha ticket. Lets me see what I got.
Okay, we do have one vanguard that spawned in.
I was right about to get there.
And then it was probably that saber that took it out, huh?
Yeah.
Time to get some cash. Let's go.
Oh yeah. I got half of my vanguard right here.
I got 100K. Let's go.
Must have hit it with missile.
Hey, Wills, I love you, but
Yeah.
if you're not playing Star Citizen, I'm gonna ask you to go to a different voice chat, okay? Just that I
We are synced.
yeah. Just so I can keep the communication straight at what's going on.
And income. Thanks, Wills.
Okay, got an anvil arrow. That's gone. As soon as you can make the call out, this thing is taking it out. Fully loaded Corsair is pretty powerful.
Yeah. Basically, it's step 1, draw bead. Step 2, it's destroyed.
Yep. Okay. All right, got another warp. Micah Hopolis.
Access to the system.
There's quite
Here.
a few over here. Sarah is on top of it with these missiles. Oh, jeez, that was close. Vanguard wanted to play chicken, and he almost took us out.
Yeah. I hate how effective ramming is for them.
But not the other way around.
Never the other way. Never. Hey, objective.
Alright, now we just gotta clean up the airspace. Thank you, Wills.
Bug says it's very hard to dislike the Corsair, but
Yeah, I think he's right. Truth be told, the only holding it back from greatness is a built-in tractor beam. Yeah, that's kind of strange, isn't it? That it doesn't have one yet.
yeah.
So Schlag, what's your estimate? How long is it going to take before we get the ironclad in game? I feel pretty untouchable inside this Corsair. I mean, these guys are shooting at me, but they're not really doing much to our shields. Ooh, that was a cool explosion.
The Corsair just needs to, like, get lucky once. Because they would need to get lucky for 40 seconds.
Yeah. Alright, contract complete. Overdrive Initiative, Xenothreat, Surveillance.
Yeah, it says contract. That's good. I like that.
Let's see if the history shows that both of those contracts completed.
This one says completed. It says the others I abandoned, but this one was complete. I don't know why it says I abandoned the other ones.
Yeah, it's weird.
You're with me on one of them. We did not abandon it.
Yeah. Ironclad estimated, I'm thinking 1.5 to 2. Ooh, you are very optimistic, Schlag. It can be built with current assets, but the real trick is slotting it in for work. I think 5 years. I think with the size and... I mean, their stated objective of getting all the RSI ships cleared out. Okay. So they do that, and then Drake needs to be the priority. So I think we're looking at least 2 years, but I think it's going to be closer to 5.
It looks like you're still a couple of clicks out from me.
We probably are. Oh, because you need a pickup, huh?
Yeah,
I'll come get you.
I'm coming to you, but it's slow going.
I forgot that your ship blew up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't much help in the firefight. Okay. Failed the qualified comm technique.
Okay, now I'm getting the contract withdrawn for the qualified comtech.
Yeah.
Okay, so your marker is inaccurate to me at the moment, so I'm just gonna chill here. I'm next to the thing.
No, I see you. I see you.
Yeah, ramp's open, but it was saying that you're 43 gigameters away, so.
Oh. I'm not. Back up a little bit.
Oh, do you want me to move closer to you then?
Yeah, back up just a little bit. All right, stop right there.
Remember, they still need to make the Perseus, Galaxy, Apollo, and probably reworks for the Aurora and Constellations as well. It's only 8 meters longer than the Caterpillar and 1.5 times taller. Yeah, I don't like, the big thing to me is if...
There we go, I'm aboard.
Okay. And not a moment too soon, because now the turrets are mad. This missile is bugging me. This thing will not give up. Holy cow. And I'm not... Whatever. I'll just go into quantum mode and tank it if I need to. Holy cow. Alright. That missile nearly took us out. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. We are cherry red. So, where is the next mission? And then we'll have to make a stop to rearm there.
Okay, priority mission. Carrying.
Okay.
Back to Hurston.
Oh, that's not bad.
Aerial. Yeah, Hurston's close to everything.
And so I'll just plan on stopping at Everest then. And that'll give you a chance to get your ship back too. Or a ship.
Oh, I'll be getting a different ship back, but yes.
And then I can look at chat again once I'm en route. Sarah's gotta quit at Everest. Well, thanks for sticking around as long as you did. It was good having a gunner. Okay, the Corsair, Vulture, and Cutters have delivered strong Drake styling, so they have that fabled modularity for things. modularity of assets. Ironclad is as wide as the Corsair is long, and it's Drake. They just need to copy-paste some garbage together, carve some hallways and rooms, and boom, Drake ship. You do raise a good point, Schlag. It's not like Drake requires a lot of refined detailing. But,
yeah. It's more work than that, but not by that much.
Yeah. It's, I think it really depends on... Okay, let's say that at some future date, we've got all the RSI ships done, right? If Drake is the next brand that they focus on, then I could see it coming out pretty soon. But what if they decide that they want to bring all the Origin ships up to snuff, right? Because the 600i is due for a rework. Banning Merchantman, that's never happening, Saro. No, it'll happen eventually, but I feel like that one's even further out on the list of priorities. What are some other brands that have a lot of announced ships? I mean, I know it's not that insane to think about.
RSI is the big one.
Yeah.
It's just a viewer myself. I'm like, and I see like all the problems with like the older ships and like the missing content in a lot of them. It's like, if they have this content already implemented, like bounty capsules, whatever, why haven't they implemented it yet? Like, I feel like after this, the RSI ships get finished and everything, they should probably focus on every like content that's not finished yet, but at the same time have some people working on the rest of the ships that want to get done, or at least have one guy passion projecting on the older ships.
Yeah. There's an argument to be made that now that all the tech pillars have in theory been hurdled, that they can dedicate a lot more resources to getting ships done. So they could have like a legacy ship team and a innovation ship team.
Like,
Misk does have quite a few that they're still missing.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of disappointing to me that there's no table on the Connie.
Yeah, because that's been bugged for forever.
Yeah.
It's been not functional.
Didn't it used to work, though?
I don't know that it ever worked. I don't remember it ever working.
I remember watching a video like a year ago about like the Connie's like Snow Fighter just not releasing.
Yeah.
No. I've heard of lots of issues with that.
Schlag says also, if capitals get out with engineering, would they push the Kraken due to popularity? I don't know that it's... This could just be a blind spot that I have because I don't pay as much attention to the Drake ships. But I don't know that the Kraken has more popularity than all the other capital ships that we're still waiting for as well. So, like, I know that the Endeavor is... I know that the Endeavor is super popular.
Oh yeah, that's true. Endeavor.
And I mean, like, players are going to want the Javelin too. Also, the Idris, I mean, that one's basically done, so that might just be a toss-up. Like, they could just get that out pretty quick once Squadron 42 comes out.
Idris P.
The what?
Was it the Idris P or the Idris M versus the Idris M?
Yeah, those are the two variants, right?
Yeah, with the Idris P being really quite rare and the Idris M being like super extra awesome rare.
The server meshing has to be in the game before too many caps are in game. Yeah, I'm actually working on the video right now. The premise is why you don't actually want big ships yet. And
yeah,
might be a little bit controversial, which would be good for engagement. But the whole idea is that without the proper technology in place, what good does the big ship do if you don't have enough players that you can actually populate it? And I actually talked with
there's nothing for it to do.
Yeah.
Can't
I
have enough players on it. Yeah.
And this is something that I brought up when I was a caller on Salty Mike's and Troncy's podcast. But I mean, like, you have something like the Polaris, which already requires quite a few players to properly implement. And then you have the support ships that it requires to be nearby, all these other things. You quickly take away the entire server cap just to populate one team properly. So you need to be able to have 200, 300, 400 people before these big battles are really possible with the big ships.
I feel like one thing that they could do with the big ships is create like a little server for the big ship to keep like the members counts down and such. But that'd be kind of like hard to implement. I get it.
Are you saying like the ship would be its own server?
Yeah, it would have like its own little server things out, and like what the pilot would have something else, I guess.
Yeah, once server meshing is out.
Yeah, I mean the dynamic server meshing, that's basically the white paper of what they're trying to do, is have that level of granularity where a server could just be a ship. And that's part of why it's taken so long to get there. Blog says, it would look pretty. That's what it would do. It would look pretty and all spaceshipy. You're not wrong. But, I think about... Because, like, for me, the ship was... Sarah says, or maybe I think I'll actually stay. It's too late to go to bed now anyway, and I'm not really tired. Alright, I'll keep you on as a gunner. Are you still on board, Vader, or did you step off?
I have left. Yeah, Lance Vader has left the building.
Okay, alright, we'll start heading towards that next comm array. Yeah, it would look pretty in all spaceshipy. For me, the real big ship that I was excited by is the Carrack. When they first started doing trailers with that... Yeah, I did.
Okay.
When they started showing the Carrack in trailers and stuff, that was the dream ship. And right now I have one sitting in my hangar. But if I think about how often I use the Carrack versus how much I thought I would use the Carrack, there's not even a comparison to be made. Getting the halt velocity right outside the hangar.
I feel like the big ships like Carracks and such are only really good when you have like 5 people with you and like the top and like one person like with like on the medical ship thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like
and
it's
that's
like,
exactly the issue, right? Like, and I think that server meshing helps with this in the sense that if you have 1,000 players on a server, then it's going to be a lot easier to find 5 or 6 people that want to hang out with you on your ship, right?
Yeah.
Finding 5 or 6 people in a server of only 100 is quite a bit harder.
Yeah.
The other big advantage is with server meshing and the replication layer working as it's been described, you should be able to have much better persistence where players can actually live on a ship together.
Yeah. But as far as I know, if you're not the owner of the ship, you can't actually log out on the ship.
Yeah,
anymore.
and so that's something, that they would have to be able to implement, right? If you trust someone, why can't they log off on your ship and then log back off?
Yeah.
And they've kind of talked a little bit about that in the recent Star Citizen lives, at least in the aspect of adding different tiers of trust through parties or a more in-depth system. So it's on the radar, but again, it's just one of those things that, like, until we have it, who knows?
Yeah, but I would imagine that it'd be kind of hard to, like, actually get it implemented because it would probably just still have, like, pretty much every ship have, like, its own little server. So if that happens, like, the game knows where that ship existed before it disappeared when everyone logged out, per se.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, again, that's part of why server meshing has taken so long to get implemented. Taking them at their word. There's just so many edge cases that you have to consider for a game like Star Citizen.
Mm-hmm. Because you have to consider is there a ship going at light speed when you log in, and is your ship in the direct path of that light speed ship?
Yeah.
Albeit nuisancely small, it may happen. And what would be the case for that happening too?
Yeah. Looks like Slooty just joined the Discord. How you doing?
What up?
Okay, so we got a lot of guys to clear out here. Oh, that was comically fast. That was 3 shots from the saber, or at the saber, and then it's gone. Let's see. Okay, there was entirely too many missiles going on. All right. We pop.
Popped?
We popped. That was like there's the missiles, I don't think that they were timing out like they were supposed to, so they were just constantly doing circles. So eventually they just caught up and countermeasures weren't shaking them off. So they had like a furball of 5 missiles flying around.
Yeah, I've seen an issue of like that in another game, but at the same time, I was the one who was using that against another player, and it was just seemed so cheap to me.
Yeah, I mean that's a good argument for how you would use the Saber Firebird, right? Just overwhelm them with the quantity of missiles, and then eventually one of them's going to hit, and you can sneak in some heavy DPS that way.
Meanwhile, in that other game, at the same time, there's other vehicles that had monstrously amounts of missiles, and if they were spamming the missiles to kill one guy and using like 100 missiles, they were called cheap and unskilled. Meanwhile, it's like an actual tactic in war, yes, but at the same time, frowned upon.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of times it's... I don't know. My opinion is I think a lot of the times when something gets called out as a cheap tactic in games, this isn't always the case, but I think it's just the player calling it out wasn't prepared. An example being, you have a gun in Call of Duty, and no, I don't think we're getting hit by the turrets, so I don't think it was anything like crime site on the ship, Schlag. You've got a gun in Call of Duty that's overpowered, right? Everybody's complaining about it being overpowered. Well, it's not like that gun is not accessible to everyone else. And FPS titles in particular, they're constantly shifting their meta. Like, and Destiny 2 is a great example. They'll even announce what ship is going to be the meta. And with the idea that, all right, this is what you're going to want to use in your loadouts next season. And so it's like everybody has access to the same guns. If you don't like using it, that's fine, but you are going to be at a disadvantage, and it's not necessarily the player's fault for using the mechanic. Like, that's what it's there for.
The next shuttle
right?
is approaching the station.
That is very true.
Sarah 30K, I'm sorry, man. It's happened a lot less, but it doesn't mean that it's gone forever. It still happens. The missile hits there seemed like they were from comm array defenses. I guess they could have been. There was a ton of them there. I was trying not to get hit, so I'm not sure where they were coming from. Oh no! Sarah says it might be that he didn't have the mission. That might have been it then.
I would have done it.
Man, talk about a bad luck charm. Jeez. I think he got us blown up there, Sarah.
Darn. I missed the timing, no.
Well, close enough. That's funny. Yeah, it seemed like an unholy amount of missiles were just constantly flying around, but that would explain it.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
They gotta learn to counter that. If you have an opponent that loves missiles, you need to get in on the ASAP. Yeah, close the distance so that they can't use your missiles on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to develop the stealth mechanics for like the stealth ships too, in such a sense. I know that it's like you can't detect them to like what 2 kilometers out or so, or what would it be? 3 meters out? No.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be signature based, but stealth ships basically have a flat amount that they get reduced by, and so that does lead to those detection ranges being shorter like that. But it's another one of those cases where if you look at the white paper of what they described for how stealth should work, there's supposed to be a lot of intricacy that isn't there yet. But I think that would help with the, these long distance countermeasures like missiles.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Okay. What ship do I want to use now? Let's pull out the Firebird. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out, Sarah. It was a good effort.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
I don't know if I have my keybinds set up for missile operator mode. This might get interesting quick. So Vader, do you think that they're going to release a Saber Red at some point? That is basically a carbon copy of the Raven, but different color scheme to get around the Intel contract?
I don't think so.
No?
Oh, they've got enough Saber variants. I mean, they might release another one, but they're going to try to make it different from the variants they already have.
Well, I mean, you do have the Mustang Omega and the Mustang Gamma, is it? One is an exclusive for AMD, and the other is basically the non-AMD contracted one.
Right.
Well, I think they could still do it just to say that it's there, you know? Because most players are never going to touch a Saber Raven.
Yeah.
So having that lock behind the contract, I mean, what other ship fulfills that role then? I think it'll happen. I'm holding out hope that it does, because I think it's a really cool ship, but there's no way I'm paying $2,000 for one.
Goodness, no.
Yeah, Voodoo Child says Night Star. Wow, that sounds good. It's funny because Schlag was just saying, I'm sad they didn't carry the engine sounds over to the basic Saber. And that was when I hit the Afterburner, and this ship sounds really good.
Still think it's a finish my
Saber Red with QDs, that could be cool.
A little more time. That's it. Okay. Okay, I'm in position. When you're here, let me know, and I will start the network.
Okay. I'm on route, so either soon. Oh, okay, this
Ask
might
a
be
question to
useful.
myself.
There's next operator mode and previous operator mode. I should be setting that instead of all these other ones.
Oh, yeah.
I totally didn't ask a question, but forget I was muted.
What was the question?
Yeah, it's like maybe controversial, but I think that there should be more unique looking ships instead of just like jet looking ships. Like the alien
yeah.
races should have more ships out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's been an argument I've seen in quite a few places, that Star Citizen ship design is basically jet in space. I personally really like the aesthetic, but I do see where people are coming from.
Yeah.
It's something like the Aurora, right? You would never confuse that with an airplane.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I forget its name. Oh yeah, Carrick is like just like you just slap a cargo boat with wings and then say it flies now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does have thrusters, Wills.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to start the reconnect. I'm going to see if I can get out there to my ship.
Okay. Yeah, I'm only 12 out, so I should be there soon.
And if you can't get there, then you'll be able to join before ship blows, or if I can't get to my ship before it blows up, and you'll still be able to get there during the fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if I'm thinking of this right, with the number of missiles I have and the size of the ships that I'm running into, 2 missiles per target ought to take them out, right?
If they hit, sure.
That should be like 72,000 damage, which should be plenty to take out the shields and the ship. If they hit.
It might not take out the vanguards. Any of the other ships would definitely be destroyed by 2 hits from that.
Okay.
Those 3 minutes. Okay.
I am 700 millimeters away.
Okay.
Yeah, Schlag brings up a good point about the Carrick. Proof that with enough thrust, anything can fly, including a brick. I think it was during, like, the Desert Storm era. There was a bunch of Scud missiles being launched. That's what they were called, but it was basically just a large cement payload connected to a rocket. So no explosives involved, but caused quite a bit of damage in civilian areas, just because with enough mass and firepower, anything is a weapon. So there is precedent for it.
Yep.
With enough kinetic force, anything can be deadly, because if a 5-ton brick of concrete going at what? Mach 2 will vaporize anything.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty deadly on the receiving end, for sure. There was also, and I don't know how serious this project ever was, but there was also the Rods of God, which was the idea of launching a 20-foot beam of tungsten from outer space and using it as a kinetic kill weapon.
I always enjoyed that concept, but at the same time, I would imagine that it would not just be a straight rod, but would probably have fins at the end to control where you're actually aiming it. Because like the time to go from space to the ground would probably be like what, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of chances for just wind to blow it off course, and then you don't hit your target. So you'd still have to have some kind of guidance to get that bit.
Yeah, and probably at least a little bit of propulsion too.
Yeah.
Which would probably also go bad because, like, how long are you gonna have those missiles or tungsten rods up in space? And now I'll mute so you guys can actually focus. Yeah.
Okay. I'm used to flying the brick that is. Well, that writes itself, doesn't it? I was going to say I'm used to flying the brick that is the Corsair. Now I'm struggling with the added mobility of the Saber Firebird. And now I'm not struggling with that because I am dead.
Oh, wow.
I just saw it happen on your stream too, and it's like the delay for me is like what, 10-20 seconds?
Yeah. Good luck, Vader. Don't die.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I took the Connie. It is feeling fairly impervious to all of these energy weapons.
Yeah, Connie is a great ship.
I feel like the Connie should get like a next generation like the Mustangs have gotten.
Well, that's what the redesign series is for, right?
Yeah, it is.
You know, just plug in the brand again. You know.
We can't have any more of non-branding. That's what the streams are for. To get you known.
Yep.
To get our favorite Star Citizen streamer known.
There you go. Yeah, to your point about ships needing to look more spaceshipy and not less, and a little less jet in space, Schlag brings up a good point. I mean, that's basically Drake's MO for their design. I mean, they've done a pretty good job of that. No one's going to confuse a vulture for something that can fly.
Honestly, I kind of wish that there was some ship that looked like the Star Wars B-Wing. Like the concept of the B-Wing looks and actually feels really nice to actually see fly in the Star Wars universe and such.
The Corsair does that a little bit. It's bigger than what a B-Wing would be, but it's got the asymmetrical look. I think the Sulen kind of fits that niche, but I would like to see something that is more blatantly obvious.
To me, the Sulen more feels like the officer ship from the dark side, the one that has like that one the top spike and those two little wings out cropping to the side.
Okay.
The Siberian shuttle.
It's called Dark Side?
Arc side.
Siberian shuttle.
Not the ship. The ship's name is not the dark side. I think it's similar to like the officer shuttle. Oh, I know it's a shuttle.
Yeah.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark. Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to
Oh, it
depart.
looks like you're doing pretty good there, Vader. Looks like you're on the tail end of the mission, so you
Yeah,
just have
so
to clear
far,
out
so
the
great.
airspace.
The next shuttle is
Here's hoping the next one takes us to Orson, because then I'll be right there for you. And the Reliants have that vertical motif.
I just looked it up and it's called the Imperial Shuttle.
Let's see, let's take a look. Okay, hold on. Let me get my ship spawning, and then I'll take a look. Maybe they could release a heavy fighter version of the Reliant and make that look a little more B-Wing-ish.
Yeah.
I feel like aesthetically, Misk is probably the closest to what the B-Wing looks like in Star Wars. So I think they'd be a good brand to pull it off.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Oof.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Please visit us again.
Alright, now that that's spawning in. So the show is called Dark Side, and it's the Imperial Shuttle.
No, it's
Imperial Shuttle was
it's
in the
part of
original
Star
series,
Wars.
too.
It's a part of Star Wars, and it's just the Dark Side's like
Oh!
shuttle to go everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tiderium.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shuttle Tiderian was one of them. It was an officer shuttle.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about like a TV show called Dark Side, and I had never heard of it, so I was like, what is this thing? Yeah. All good. Yeah, this is one of my favorite ships from the Empire's side of things.
Mm-hmm.
This also has one of the coolest UCS sets.
I really enjoyed it for like during like the Star Wars like Clone Wars, and seeing like Rex and Anakin infiltrate the actual base with that ship.
Well, they would have been using. They wouldn't have been using the Imperial shuttle.
No,
they would have been using the predecessor to it. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I also I remember playing with one of my dad's models of it. And I had to go and sit in his office doing his work.
Oh, yeah. Man, I feel like Clone Wars was peak for a lot of the really cool Lego sets.
Yeah, it really was. I really loved them.
They need to
But when
do
I was-
a UCS Arc 170. Or maybe they already have one.
Yeah. Arc 170 was a great starship that just, a great fighter ship that just did not get nearly enough love.
Tell me about it. Like, it shows up in a couple episodes of Clone Wars. It shows up in Revenge of the Sith. And then it's kind of just gone most of the time. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's an official UCS one. But that would be a great ship
Because
to
I
do.
abandoned that one as well.
Oh, really?
It sucks.
So it still didn't give you credit for it.
Yeah. I think accepting both of those missions is
a no. Did it give you the it gave you the Xenothreat one though, didn't it?
yeah, but it,
To the ASOP
and we did all the steps. and it said I was completing it as we completed it,
Your insurance claim
and
has
now
been
it's
sent.
like, oh, you abandoned it, but here's another one, you can try again.
That sucks.
Yeah.
No double dipping. That's the takeaway.
Oh no, the double dip. Even though you won't get the second one. You'll fail the second one instead of failing the first one.
I feel like a lot of the reasons why new players are scared from Star Citizen is like a lot of the bugs are bad for like new players to experience. At the same time, like some of it is like you have to actually look up the tutorials. From my point of view.
Well, Jack Frags, he just released a video today where they were doing some mercenary missions in the distribution centers, and he was talking about how it takes 10 minutes for him to do a reload. Right? Well, and, you know, this isn't to fault him at all because the game doesn't really communicate this well to you, but he was reloading from his backpack, which is a cool mechanic, but from the perspective of a newer player, you have no idea that that's what's going on. And so it just feels like reloads take forever. So, yeah, onboarding new players is still an area that needs a lot of work. Do you have another one of those Xenothreat missions ready to go, Vader?
I do. It looked like you weren't in a position to accept it, so I didn't share it yet.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. So. Scared.
Alright, and this should be the third one for you, right?
Welcome.
Should be, but it's not. Not bitter about that or anything.
I think this should count as, if it actually goes through, it should count as the second one, correct?
It says 2 out of 3.
Oh, nice. One was actually completed. Well, 2 were, no?
I have done this mission 4 times. One of them was completed.
Do you think it's because the double dipping is not working, and so it's causing you to fail it?
No, I think the only time it was completed was the time we did the double dipping.
Oh, really?
It's the only thing that has worked.
That is so bizarre.
I totally forgot to do it this time.
It did say Hangar 20, didn't it?
Yeah, it said Hangar 20.
What is that? Okay, well, try that again.
Yeah, I just went back in your stream. I saw it said Hangar 20.
It's nice having viewers that can give me feedback so that I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's at Microtech.
Well, let's hope that we can double dip there, because this is a long way to go for that mission.
No kidding. But that's where we had the successful one.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle.
That's true, huh?
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I was just watching the stream, and that when you were in the hangar, I just saw a glowing green orb in the air, and I'm like, why is that floating?
Yeah, it was like a door pad.
Oh.
And now I'm claiming my Taurus again.
Welcome to the
Oh, no.
ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Let's see. Which one's going to be faster, Taurus or the Drake
Your
Corsair?
insurance claim has been sent. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance claim has been sent.
Saw you contemplate trying to claim up the carrot, and I'm like,
Yeah, let's see. For kicks and giggles, what is the timer on that one?
Vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance
Only
claim
50
has been
minutes.
sent.
That's not bad.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I wish Orison had better armor shops. You can only get the white light armor here.
Fades away. Thank you, son.
We have the footage on what you did with it. Yeah, I guess that is the flip side, right, Voodoo? Viewers can help me out to help me remember that I'm not crazy. It's also a good way to hold me accountable to exceedingly high standards. That is something that people don't really talk about when you are new to streaming. I feel like whenever I turn the camera on, I have to be like on my extra bestest behavior, because I do not want to do anything that would jeopardize the channel. And like, I don't think I'm too terrible a person to start with, but when I'm editing a video, I have lots of opportunities to prune things back, make it sound more intelligent, make sure that I'm saying things the way that I want them to be said. But when you're streaming, it's like, it's all live, so if you make a mistake, it's on the internet forever.
yeah, and with actual recording is you, for recording like dialogues, you can just re-record it if it's not to your liking, but it may take ages. But with streaming, it's like, it's one shot. You either hit it or you don't.
Yep. And it's so easy to be misunderstood. Like looking back on the recent conversations about master modes, right? Avenger 1, I think he's an alright guy. A lot of his content are clips from when he's streaming, and so I think that leads to him being misunderstood more than, you know, if there was a script behind what he was talking about.
Together, we can set your visit on the right.
And people will just rip you apart. And if you do take the time to listen to it, I don't think he was really that inflammatory.
Please don't sit there.
After he got to explain things more.
At the end of the day, there will always be humans out there that want to harm other humans, even if it's only emotionally, which is honestly quite sad.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Oh, he's still on. So.
Yeah. So it used to be that you could like do a barrel roll, but it seems like you can't do that anymore. But you do have kind of a nicer animation when you are looking around your character. Like, do you remember that, Vader? Like, you'd be prone on the ground and you'd hit Q and E, and then you'd like roll to the side.
I remember that. Yeah, that you would do a dodge move.
Yeah. doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do a stationary dodge roll
Yeah.
or stationary barrel roll.
Yeah, it's like my character's breakdancing here.
What kind of ship are you waiting on?
Either the Corsair or the Connie, whichever comes first.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Your camera seems to be frozen.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
So it is. All right.
Your vehicle has
Well, let's
to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
What's going on here? Probably that, yeah, battery's dead. So let's switch to the backup cam, I suppose.
Good thing I caught that.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm looking at your background image on your desktop, and I'm looking at the weapon systems on the ship, and I'm like, those are massive.
Yeah, I don't know how to scale they are. Hold on, give me a second. The backup camera is not backupping, and so I'm gonna have to grab another battery real quick.
Oh no. Yay. Me over here resisting the urge to say a dad joke. To fill in the blank noise.
How dad a joke is it?
What's above you? The ceiling. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty dad joke.
Like whenever I'm asked what's up by my friends, I would always go the ceiling or the sky, depending on where I am at.
I like to take a different tack. When somebody asks me what's up, my favorite response is it's a preposition.
Yeah. I either say what's directly above me, or I use what my dad says, whatever's not down.
Whatever's not down. That's pretty good. I like that.
There's another joke for your collection.
Down? Yeah.
Question. What did the judge say to the battery?
I don't know what.
You're guilty as charged.
That's good. Charged with assault. Usually that's what battery gets paired with.
No. What did the judge say to the battery? You're guilty as charged.
Yeah, I know. Yes, guilty as charged. Yes, yes. Or was he charged with assault? With that battery.
With the assault of the charger. Because it didn't get charged.
All right.
You're not supposed to put logic into the jokes, dang.
Why not? I'll answer.
Okay, I think we're back in business. I'm moving and beautiful again.
All right.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Voodoo says
Hey,
banned on A. Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
May I offer you a dead battery? They're free of charge.
Oh. I need to get my own soundboard for when people make cringy jokes like that. I feel like that needs the trombone.
Got to entertain this stream of one person somehow.
Yeah. Stream of one person.
I mean, we've got Schlag, we've got Voodoo, we've got you. I think Slooty's in here too.
Yeah. I'm watching on a separate window, so I count.
Yeah. We're hitting the big time.
Any day now we'll hit double digits.
Well, we actually did hit 11 concurrent viewers 2 streams ago. 2 or 3.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I think 3 streams ago was when I joined the channel.
Nice.
No, because you've been here longer than that.
Yeah.
I don't stream all that often, but 3 streams ago would have been the Invictus kickoff, I think.
Oh yeah. I remember the one where you were redesigning like a middle, like hauler or whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were trying to do a Argo-inspired salvage ship, I think.
That would be good.
Yeah, that was it.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Okay, so are you still en route to that spot then, Vader?
Yeah, I'm taking a stop at Port Tressler.
restricted area, vehicles will be impounded. Well, hope not, because I am already a long way away from you, Crusader Security. Let's see, I want to check something on this camera real quick. It should be charging while it's streaming. Yeah. So, I might need to look at plugging it into a different port on my computer so that it can get a better charge from it. But I'm kind of impressed that it lasted as long as it did. When I started the stream, that battery was on 21%, so it did last quite a while.
It lasted around like 3 hours, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. So, fresh battery at 100%. This will enable me to stream until I wake up tomorrow. If I wanted to be like Vegan Patriot and just record myself sleeping, I totally could. Have you guys heard about her? She ran over somebody on stream, and apparently is not going to face any penalties for it. It's pretty wild stuff.
I thought that was a crime to go to like jail for at least like 50 years.
You know, usually it is, right? It's still kind of up in the air what's going to happen. I think there needs to be some serious penalties there. She's one of those like lifestyle streamers, so she's just recording everything that's going on through her day. And I have no respect for those kinds of people, especially if you're streaming when you are driving. I feel like that's just very irresponsible.
Yeah, I feel even when I'm trying to be on my phone while driving, I'm constantly only doing that when it's like red lights, so I'm totally stopped. And there's no way for me to do anything terrible. Meanwhile, streaming is like you've got to actually act to how your stream wants you to act and such.
Yeah.
Which is take away your concentration from the road, which is already terrible.
Yeah. And she records herself taking a hit off some marijuana, and then minutes later runs over someone on stream.
Oh no!
Yeah, so it's like two big no-nos, right? You're intoxicated, and you're driving, and you're streaming, and you just hit someone.
But hey, as a plus, if she goes to jail, she can live stream herself being in jail.
Yeah.
And so people don't go to jail. It's terrible here.
I'm not sure she can. I think they don't allow that.
Yeah, another streamer that did get arrested recently is Squeeze Benz. That's that guy who was doing... he would basically try to antagonize police into doing a high-speed chase in New York. So he finally got nabbed. So New York is a little safer now.
I think he survived for far too long. It was eventually gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay, I am really annoyed at Star Citizen right now.
Why is that?
I was trying to park at Port Tressler, and the door was not open. I decided to go get my ship impounded. And I did. but they impounded it without me.
So you're still outside Port Tressler?
So now I'm
Oh,
outside
no.
Port Tressler, and and it's showing me without a helmet, although I have a helmet. And now I'm just like EVAing outside, trying to find a way in. Thanks, Star Citizen.
Well, the airspace should be pretty clear when you do get here. I just got
Are you
to
there?
the, yeah, I just got to the sat link.
Okay. It might be faster if you come pick me up.
I was about to say, our job could pick you up.
Because I'm not seeing any of the pads that we used to use. I think they're in a totally different part of the station. And the EVA is so slow.
It is. I'm noticing that it seems like the throttle doesn't get reduced consistently all the time. It's like, in that case we just saw there, it seemed like the ship kept throttling towards the comlink, even though I had taken my hand off the gas.
Yeah, I just saw that happen on your stream and I was like, oh, that's close.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully I was able to save it. That was very close for comfort.
Even I was like, yeah.
I think that's been the cause of some of my crashes.
That was also really close. I almost hit another spire there. Okay, I
need to wait 5 seconds to see it. Yeah.
Clicks out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty close, right?
But then again, the satellite was easier to see because it actually had other colors than just black and red.
All right, I'm here.
Okay, I'm gonna share the repair technician opportunity. It's the same satellite that we're going to fix. Ooh.
Well, hey, now you get a gunner.
Yep. You'll just have to really hoof it from the terminal onto the ship. Okay, you're on now, right?
Come on.
Okay.
know what would be fun for the Connie's like missile barracks? They just come out from like the sides of the excursions, so it'd make it tiny or large X-wing.
Well, they do that.
No, like not just like from the sides of the thing, like on the the gunship like version. And now I be quiet to let you focus. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that they did pop out. Aren't they supposed to like?
From what I've seen, like the gunship one, they just come out from like the little middle part, and they just fold outwards.
Okay. I was still quite far away before I should have come into gun mode.
Yeah.
That's better.
A little bit. There we go.
It's like the calm before the storm. We're all out of range for each other. I think the Saber's the last one left. For now, at least. All right.
Yeah, one of the nice things about having a turret gunner is that the turret will stop them from regenerating any shields.
Yeah.
If you're concentrating on the same target.
Yeah, especially with these smaller ships, that can be a pretty big pain when you're flying a bigger ship.
Hmm?
As a side note, here, like seeing your first-person view of like actually fighting with the Connie and like as a pilot, the struts of like the cockpit view aren't that noticeable if like you're just zoning out and actually know where your crosshairs are and where you're actually shooting.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst thing, but I still hate it. Just a little tweak and it would be so much better.
Yeah. In other games I've seen so much worse.
All right, are we ready?
Yep. Yeah, this is about as close as I can safely get you. Oh, I think I took the elevator back up with you on it. My bad.
Oh.
I was trying to open the cargo bay so that you'd have a wider target to get back onto. I could probably get closer. I just need to not hit you now.
Oh, Sarah.
What about him?
Wasn't he the one that was like was it like yesterday or oh he was just going through the elevator without waiting for you?
Oh. No, that was Sluty.
Ah. Don't pull a Sluty then.
Okay, we are reconnecting.
All right, hurry back. Quite a bit closer now. I did some precision maneuvers.
Oh gosh. That's so close.
Well, what can I say? I'm the world's best pilot.
I'm assuming you could get closer if you angled up, moved slightly forward too.
Ooh, I'm so close.
Yeah, it's combat time.
Okay, I am in.
Okay. Whew, I'm really glad I'm spongy.
Yeah. Yeah, if you turn up shields, then you have shields for days on this.
Well, not so much anymore. It's not a forever boost like it used to be. It's only for like the first few seconds. That 30% buff to shield health.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's that Vanguard? Prioritize him.
Oh, yeah. We'll launch a couple missiles at him. No, we're too close. Hit him.
How nice of him to just hold still for us. It's great.
Yeah.
Now he's reacting.
I have to regenerate some shots.
Okay.
Whew.
Looks like we got some more Vanguards in, so find them.
damage. Radar contact. Enemy down. Radar contact. Radar contact.
I'm gonna move this closer to the uplink just in case there's any ships that I'm not seeing that could cause us issues.
Radar contact. Enemy down. Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact. Shields damaged. Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact. Enemy down. Enemy down. Radar contact. Enemy down. Shields damaged. Radar contact. Radar contact. Enemy down. Radar contact. Radar contact. Enemy down. Radar contact. Shields damaged.
Ah, this one's got a Valkyrie.
Radar contact. Enemy down. Radar contact.
It's crazy how quickly this shreds through things.
Yeah.
Radar contact.
Size 4, size 5 weapons seem to shred lower
Yep.
tier shields, don't they?
They do.
Radar contact. Enemy down.
Then medium tier shields.
Shields damaged.
Uh-oh, what did we hit?
Oh, we hit something. Like we're okay though.
Good.
Yeah, it wasn't the satellite, so I think we're good. I think one of them hit us.
Yeah, like a saber or
Yeah. So what is it? 2 more targets left?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I got contract complete for repair technician opportunity.
Okay.
Right now it says contract withdrawn.
No, let's pray if it actually counts.
Yeah, did that work for you?
Oh, no. It says abandoned.
What? Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I think we're gonna
I'll
have
be
to pick this
looking
up
at the
another
forums
time, man.
tomorrow for that, but yeah, I gotta get going.
Yeah, same here.
That absolutely sucks.
That it does.
Yeah. It seems to spawn both missions at once, and then whichever one it actually completes seems like it's random.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. On mouse and keyboard, what's the hotkey to what's the keybind for changing master mode? Just do it this way. I just need to get my ship away from this comm link so I don't get in trouble.
Night, man.
Alright, good night, Vader. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the 4-hour mark. So this has been an extra long one tonight. Thanks for hanging out, trying out some new things with the setup. Camera looks better, I hope. And got some work done. Checked out Drake Defensecon. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about things. So I